Friends, I want to speak plainly, not just with truth, but with the kind of truth that warms the heart and stirs the soul. In Matthew chapter 16, we find Jesus asking a question that still echoes through eternity. Who do you say I am? Not who did the crowd say, but you personally. Peter's answer: you are the Christ, the Son of the living God, was not from intellect, not tradition, not hearsay. It was revealed by the Father. That is where the church begins. Jesus then speaks the words that have anchored generations of believers: upon this rock I will build my church, and the gates of hell shall not prevail against it. This was no political campaign, no movement built by human hands. This was divine construction, eternal, indestructible, and alive. And yet, even with this promise, Christians have been martyred, nations have fallen into darkness, and evil has seemed to triumph. But the church still stands. Rwanda heartbreak did not halt it. The blood of the saints only watered its roots. We need to remember Jesus didn't say we'd avoid the storm. He said we'd withstand it. That's the miracle. That's the mystery of godliness. And as part of Christ's church, we are called not just to believe, but to build. Not on personalities or denominations, but on the foundation of Christ alone. As Paul reminds us, other foundation can no man lay than that which is laid, which is Jesus Christ. Here's where the Spirit moves us deeper. Fasting and prayer are not religious rituals. They're power lines. When the disciples failed to cast out a demon, Jesus said, "This kind comes out only by prayer and fasting." Not better strategies, not louder worship, deeper surrender. Are we giving ourselves continually to prayer and the ministry of the word, like the early church? Or are we so program heavy and spirit light that we've forgotten where the power comes from? There's more. Jesus gave us each other not to control, not to compete, but to complete one another. And love is the glue. Jesus didn't just declare truth to the 12. He poured love into them, so that the love the Father had for him would live in them. This is what he wants for his church. Not gossip, not pride, not performance. Love that bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things. If we are the church of Christ, then we must become a demonstration of his wisdom to the world in the unseen realms. Not by great sermons or buildings, but by our obedience. Not our plans, but his. We must ask not, what works? But, Lord, what would you have us do? Revival is simply the church waking up to obey God again. So let's get real. Let's live this. Love people fervently. Fast in secret. Pray until God speaks. Give until it hurts and watch God shovel back more. Live as if your body is not your own, because it isn't. You were bought with a price. Jesus is still building his church. If you're part of it, then build with him with prayer, sacrifice, boldness, and above all, love. Amen.